y'all, Callie here. So today I'm going to be showing you how I created my Bestie shirts. And these shirts are where one shirt has half of the image and the other shirt has the other half of the image. So these are shirts that I made last year, and I'm going to show you how I designed them. So the first thing you want to do is open a new canvas in Design Space. And then you want to go to images, and I am going to type in aviators because this is an SVG that I bought last year that I'm going to use again this year for my design. So I'm going to search it up, and it should be the only option. Okay, so I'm going to click it, and I'm going to do insert image. Now I'm going to make this bigger so that we can see what we're doing here. And you'll notice that it's got all these different layers. I'm not sure why that is, but it's easily remedied by clicking on the eye icon to hide all the layers that we don't need. Okay, so now that I'm left with only one layer, we can get started. So I want to cut these in half. So what I need to do is I need to use the slice feature. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a box. So I'm going to take my square and I'm going to make it bigger so that it encompasses all of the half of the glasses. So I need to see what I'm doing, so I'm going to send it to the back so then I can see where it is in relation to the whole glasses. Alright, that looks to be about half. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to draw a box around both portions, both layers, so the square and the sunglasses. All right, and then down in the bottom right-hand corner, I'm going to hit slice. Okay, so now I can get rid of my box, and I can move this, so I will hold on to that, and so you see it's cut in half. I can get rid of this gray layer as well. So now I have two halves of the sunglasses. Now I need to grab a palm tree image so that I can cut it out of the lens. So I'm going to go to images and I'm going to type in palm. And find one that I like. Okay, I'm going to do this one. It is more than one layer. So if I were to try to draw a box and slice from this, it will not work. My slice option will be grayed out. That's because you can only slice two separate layers. So I need to make this two layers. So right now we have a green layer and a brown layer. I need to make it so that it is just one layer. So what I do to achieve that is I make sure my image is selected and I click weld. So that will make it all green, but I'm not worried about that because I'm just using the silhouette. So I'm going to place this in the sunglasses where I want it. I want to leave a little room at the bottom so that the frame is still showing. Okay, I'm going to draw a box around this. Now that it's two layers, you'll notice my slice option is available. So I'm going to hit slice. And I'm going to move the green layer out and where it cut out the black layer. So now I'm left with just the cutout. So I can exit out of both of these. I don't need them. And I can actually exit out of the other side too. Because now what I can do is right click and do duplicate. And now up at the top where it says flip, I'm going to hit the drop down menu and I'm going to hit flip horizontal. So now it is the same image, just flipped. So when it's put together, it looks like a full set of sunglasses. Okay, so now we're ready to add the text. And what special feature I'm going to be showing you now is how you can curve text in Design Space. So I want the top to say spring and the bottom of the sunglasses to say break 2019. So I'm going to go ahead and type spring, and I'm going to move that to where above the sunglasses, and then I'm going to do a new text box that says break 2019. And move that about where I want it. Okay, so I'm going to click on the spring, and up at the top where it says curve, if you move your cursor to the right, it's going to curve your letters down. If you were to move it to your left, it would curve the letters up. So for this, I want them to be curved down. So I'm going to move my cursor to the right. And this isn't going to be exact because this is not a circle. So I'm going to rotate it so it fits a little bit better. And I know since it's not a circle, I'm going to have to ungroup these a little bit and play with the placement a little bit. So I'm going to select it again. And then I'm going to go up in the layers panel and I'm going to click ungroup. That will make it so each letter is able to be edited individually. So I'm just going to go through now and move this to the place that I think it needs to be, and I will rotate it so that it looks better. Okay, let's rotate this a little bit. Let's move the eye and rotate that a little bit. I'm trying to get it so that the bottom of the letter is even with the top of the sunglasses. Right, and do the same thing with the G. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. So now I'm going to do the bottom the same way, but instead of moving my cursor to the right, I'm going to move it to the left so that it curves my letters and numbers up. So just play around with this and get it to about the place that you want it. And then we're going to go up and ungroup the letters again and move them one by one and rotate when necessary. Okay, let's move the A over a little bit, and this one doesn't need to be rotated. Let's move the K and then move over the numbers. This one needs to be rotated just a slight, as well as this one. And then the 9 as well. Sorry. Okay, that looks good. Now, if I were to hit the make it button right now, it would scatter the letters everywhere. So let me just show you what would happen if I were to do that right now. If I go to the second mat, you'll see that the letters are not in the space that I designed them. So how to fix that is move the lens out of the way, because that's eventually going to be a different color. But the spring and the break 2019 are all going to be the same color. So I'm going to draw a box around it and I'm going to hit attach. So now they are in their, it's like grouping them, but they're attached in the same format. Okay, so I changed those to purple, and then I'm going to move this back, and let's change this to pink. Okay, so now if I go to hit make it again, you'll see that it's in the same position that I designed it in. And this way you don't have to apply each letter or number individually. You can just weed it all as one and then apply it as one. So this is the basic concept, and you can use this concept for any type of image that you want to do on two separate shirts. When I'm doing this, I use holographic vinyl. So I cut that shiny side down, and I use the setting of poster board with more pressure to cut this. And the iron on, I just changed the setting to iron on. So this is the basic concept. I hope this helps you and inspires you. So make sure you click subscribe down below and leave any comments. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Bye.